I used to sing you up so early.
Best morning ever!
Can't say I like it.
You can really tell who is a morning person and who is not.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I bugging you?
Oh, it's not your fault. You're just an annoying person.
Are you ready?
Here we go, team!
Let Wednesday begin!
Here we go!
Techno, like JoJo.
Whatever, dude.
It's his favorite type of music.
This is awful.
He's in a techno band with my wife. What?
Dude,
That's how it works. He's Joey.
this
B.
is not
going
this is not
techno,
techno.
for all
This
to
is-
see.
Oh my God.
Techno with his glow sticks
Oh.
and his jinkos. It's JoJo. Yeah.
That is awful, dude.
Come on, bro.
This is not music.
single.
Oh my God.
Bam! Joey on guitar, and he's doing the echoing grand.
Oh my gosh, dude. You are so lame. Good morning, folks.
You're the one in a techno band.
Dude, I'm not in a band that sounds anything like this. This is awful. Man.
What up, everybody?
Good morning.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
What is up, bro?
Oh, you know, just living the dream.
Yes.
Living the dream. Happy Wednesday, everybody. We are here. Steve-O, Brodus, hanging out with you on this here Wednesday. And, yeah. Dude, how was your day yesterday?
It was good. It was good because I got the taxes done the night before. So I stayed up, as you know, like the night before that. So I kind of just felt like relieved all day yesterday. Just like, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, see, this is why you can't procrastinate. Because yesterday, while everybody was scrambling to pay their taxes, the IRS's online payment section crashed online.
Wow. Well, so that's online payment section, not paying out refunds, but just the part where
Just
you
the part
pay
where you're
them.
supposed to pay?
So I'm sure nobody was like super bummed.
Well, at first the IRS said, you're hosed. Like,
Oh,
you
right,
waited till
because
the
you didn't
last
pay in
day
time.
and you didn't pay us.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Fees.
Yeah. Right.
I mean,
Right.
so in fact, I got a little something from.
last day.
Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. Sorry, I forgot that. You know, when we stream this thing on all the other
Oh, it's, like,
channels,
delayed.
it's like I gotta mute
So
everything. real quick.
what are they going to do?
Well, actually, I've got a PSA from the IRS.
Thank you. It's great to be on your program. Now, in the event that your listeners were among those affected, they may call this special IRS forgiveness hotline,
Okay.
and the late fee will be completely waived.
Perfect.
It's 800 You Are Too Late.
Oh.
No, it's really 800 I'm sorry, did I cut out? Try 800 We Got Your Cash, sucker!
Yeah.
Maybe check out our website. Don't wait till the last minute, dummy.
Why does everything with the government have to try to sound like Ronald Reagan?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So eventually they decided to extend the deadline until midnight tonight.
Okay.
So tax day got extended a day. So good news.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Bad news is stop waiting till the last minute.
Oh, I know. They don't care if you have money coming back to you.
Oh.
They don't even care.
No, yeah.
You just file it whenever.
Right.
And it's like, all right.
I just never understood filing it late because I always needed that cash. It'd be like mid-January and be like, I got to file taxes, bro. I am broke.
I agree. And I always mean to do it sooner.
Yeah.
But it just never happens. And here's the thing with me is that like I have, like little straggler royalty checks that come in from weird places, right? And so and sometimes they don't show up until like the end of February, or sometimes even after that. And you're supposed to get them. What is it technically by the end of February?
Yeah,
I think they got 2 months to send you any like weird little royalty 1099s or whatever, But I got to collect all that stuff, Yeah, so there's that.
Dude,
It's not a good excuse. I still could have done it sooner.
It's the Morning Invasion. Steve-O and Brodus hanging out. You can chime in, be a part of the show. So many different ways. 505-585-LIVE is our text-in number. That's 505-585-5483. You can also email us if you're old school, studio@star88.fm, or hang out with us on Facebook or YouTube, facebook.com/star88fm, or youtube.com /star88FM. Okay.
Hey,
those are all
so
the, PSAs.
let me just talking about the text line.
Yeah,
What do you call it? The live line?
The live line, 585
Okay.
live.
So someone asked, and I guess I wasn't privy to this convo. But someone asked, has Joey ever given an answer to which movie is best, Forrest Gump or Princess Bride?
Oh, dude, that takes us back to Teo, my boy Teo.
Okay.
Back in the day, we got into a pretty hefty argument over what movie was better because,
Like, first off, that's two completely different movies.
answer the question, Joey.
It's not, what?
Answer the question.
If I had to pick,
Yeah, pick one. You can only watch one for the rest of your life.
Forrest Gump, easily.
I need you to leave.
No, dude. Well, listen.
Easily?
Well, because here's why. Princess Bride is numero uno, the most entertaining of those two movies. Right?
Yeah.
But Forrest Gump is loaded with like life lesson, help you keep going through life. So if I
What
had
are you
to,
talking
so
about?
let's say I was in Castaway, okay? And I'm stuck on an island.
Seen it.
Shut
I've never seen
up.
Castaway.
Okay, well let's say that I got stranded on some remote place, you know, like Roy, New Mexico,
Okay.
or Pie Town.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I'm trapped out there, or Grants, and so I'm trapped out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
and I need one movie to help me
To,
make
like,
it
sustain
through.
you.
That's gonna like keep me encouraged to persevere. And if it's watching some dude walk across the entire country and make it, like it's gonna be that, as opposed to like, well, hopefully I'll get a chance to fight some six-fingered dude.
I was just about to say Inigo Montoya
Yeah.
is all the motivation you need for the rest of
But
your
I've played
life,
shows
bro.
in Grants.
Listen to this.
And I've
dude.
never seen Six Fingers. I've only seen
mean-
one, actually, usually in the audience. They only waved one finger.
You're on an island. And you don't know what
Grants
to do.
likes heavy metal.
And
so
you're
if
like-
you're in the Echoing Green, you don't play in Grants.
I gotta persevere. And all of a sudden you think, how am I gonna get out of this mess? I'm at my wit's end. I'm not gonna make it. I need to watch one movie to sustain me.
Are you still trying to win?
Oh, Inigo Montoya. Oh, we got stabbed in the stomach. Oh, I don't know what to do.
Develop sense of vengeance.
Come on, Inigo.
It's going to get
I
you
believe in you, just like I believe in me being stuck inside Grants, New Mexico. Oh, it's dire. He's getting
Dude,
stabbed. He's going
come
down.
on.
He is going down. Oh, snap. Oh.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
His name is Inigo
Killed my
Montoya.
father. Prepare to die.
Okay,
What? I'm just saying.
this question, this is not one of those things where there's a wrong answer to this question.
There is a wrong
No,
answer, and
this
you
is
said
the
it.
wrong-
It's called Forrest Gump.
No, this
and
is
that's
the wrong question. It's not even a right question.
I'm just saying.
They're both fantastic.
Okay.
I can't take it.
Listen.
Dude, Princess Bride is amazing.
Princess Bride.
It's amazing.
The correct answer was Princess Bride.
There's
Hey, shout
no-
out to whoever that chimed in from, it looks like California, to give us that question to just kickstart our show.
Yeah. It's well, you know what I'm saying, dude. It's just
The question is, which
completely-
movie is the best,
No.
Forrest Gump or Princess
One of
Bride?
them's based in reality. The other one is fantastical, make you feel good.
Yeah.
So they both make you feel good.
Yeah.
So it's just not. It's just different. It's not fair. It's like you're making me try to choose between mom and dad.
Yeah, but like,
Both of them are raising me in different ways. Okay.
unless
And
one of
so
your parents is dead
you're not
like
gonna.
ours.
You don't have to divorce my likes. Like I love both of these movies.
Yeah.
So why are
cool.
you making me choose?
Because you can
Wapner?
only have one.
Why are you throwing
there's
me in the court?
There can be. It's the Highlander,
No,
bro. There
dude.
can be only one.
Either way, there's going to be shared custody. The plaintiff, a six-fingered man, trying to kill an orphan child. The defendant, a dim-witted but very wise man.
Wait, how can you be dim-witted?
I guess he's not
and
dim-witted.
wise?
He's just a little bit on slower paced. Dim-witted was the incorrect word. I apologize. I apologize to that fictional character.
I don't even know how that question came about, but I
I
think
have no
we were just
idea.
talking. We were talking Tom Hanks movies, or I don't know.
It's
Something
an
was
impossible question. I feel like whoever asked that question, if it was Teo,
It was probably me.
Then it was like the
Yeah.
Joker. This is like a morality conflict.
Yeah.
Like nobody wins.
happening. Well, I mean,
There's not. It's just not a good question.
if your answer was Princess Bride, you might win. Because I don't even think Forrest Gump is Tom Hanks' best movie. Let's be real.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not.
No, you're right.
Like everyone in The Princess Bride, it's like that was their finest hour.
Oh, I guess there's a documentary that came out not just recently about Andre the Giant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. And I
Gosh,
guess
he was so great.
Yeah, and I guess he was just this amazing dude. And he, you know, he had giantism or whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
he
yeah.
was, and French guy, and I haven't seen the whole thing, but you know, basically, you know, everyone was sad when he died, but he hadn't done too many things besides wrestling.
Yeah.
But the thing about him was that he just owned the fact that he was this huge dude.
Yeah.
Like nobody can tease you and make fun of you when you just own it.
Yeah.
Like when you're the first one to say, "Hey, what's up? I'm a giant."
Yeah.
Then people are like, "Hey, what's up, giant guy?" You're like, "That's what I just said."
Right.
You're not making fun of me. You're repeating what I said. So that's you know, it's just a cool. He has, I guess. So evidently, I'm gonna check it out. But he has this kind of cool life story about just kind of overcoming kind of the cards he was dealt that made him kind of stick out, and he was just all heart, man. That's awesome.
Literally, because it was like 27 pounds.
Yeah,
all heart. Remember the storm?
Dude.
Remember the storm he jumped in?
What's up, Untamed Heart?
505-585-LIVE. Somebody chimed in and said, "I'm sorry, but the correct answer is actually Scott Pilgrim versus the World."
Oh yes.
In which case, you're right,
Yes.
because that Brodus and I agree on. That
Yeah.
is our favorite movie. So
that is one of the movies that Steve-O, which he says about every movie. Let me just say. So there was a time where Steve-O's like, "Oh, dude, I just saw whatever movie, and oh my gosh, the best movie,
greatest movie I've ever seen,
movie
singular
ever,
greatest movie
oh my gosh.
of all time."
And then he goes and sees another movie, you know, like On Golden Pond or whatever, and he'll be like, "Greatest movie ever." So every movie's the greatest movie to Steve-O. And then even when it's not the greatest movie, like remember when we went and saw the prequels, one of the prequels, you're like, "That was terrible." Yeah. And then the next day you're like, "That was amazing." And I'm like, "You're the worst." Anyway, so that movie came out and you're like, "Brodus, I'm not kidding. It's the best movie ever." I'm like, "Dude, you can't just say that. You always say that." He's like, "But I'm serious this time." And so, you know how when someone overhypes a movie to you, and then so it's better to just say, "Dude, it's okay, whatever." And then you go in there with low expectations, i.e. like Justice League, and then you're like, "Oh, this is going to be lame." You're like, "Oh, it wasn't so bad," if you're thinking it's going to be lame. But when someone hypes it and says it's amazing, you're like, "No, it wasn't." But this one was. I sat there and I was like, "You're right. You're right."
I was
Steve-O.
finally right. I finally got it right. So I do have like the list, and I think I should categorize like these are the top 10 greatest movies of all time. But Scott Pilgrim is, I mean, that's
so Ferris Bueller was always like my classic number one.
And I always say
but,
that.
But dude, Pilgrim kind of
it's
kind of better.
I know. I feel you, dude.
Yeah.
Mine was always like Return of the Jedi, and then it's like Scott Pilgrim.
Yep.
Anyways,
but The Matrix is still up there.
Thanks for holding.
Dude.
Do
you remember when we interviewed Ted Decker?
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
So some of you might know that really great, fantastic, like Christian kind of, I won't say sci-fi, but like fantasy fiction writer. Ted Decker had a really great run of like these really awesome books. And so we got to interview him. We were so surprised. We were expecting some Max Lucado kind of just chill. Like Max Lucado sounds nothing like his books. He's like, "Yes, nice to meet you. Yes, I wrote that. It was very engaging." I'm like, "Thanks, Max Lucado." But then we interviewed Ted Decker, and he's like, "What's up,
dude?"
And you're like,
"It was immediately
we're
cool."
like, "What's your favorite movie?" He's like, The Matrix,
Yeah.
of course."
Yeah, dude.
And we were like, "What?" And he just started yelling and getting all excited with
It was
us.
so fun.
And then talking about his own books. He'd be like, and then we read this book and then this thing and that. He's like, "I know, right?" Like he was like so pumped on his own books. But not in like a prideful way.
No, not at all.
In a like, "Yeah,
like,
dude."
I can't believe I did
And I
this.
was like,
yeah.
"Oh man!" And so he was just the coolest dude. Because usually authors are like
boring.
Oh, right,
dude,
yeah.
there's certain things where when Chip's like, "Bro, I'm gonna need you to do this." I'm like, "Yes, sir, boss, sir. You're my boss, sir, man, sir." And when he's like, "Yo, we need more authors," I'm like, "But do we?
But
have you ever
depends
talked
on
to
the
an
book.
author?"
You can tell like from the cover of the book, like they're just like, "Just let the department put whatever on there." And you get the book. It's like I wrote a book, and it looks like how to not use how to not use PowerPoint for print publishing.
Dude.
And so it's like, yeah, and it's usually like, yeah, you know, spent a lot of time typing. And it's like, oh, man.
This is why they are authors and not like actors, because they can put it all down
Yeah.
on a typewriter over months at a time, but they cannot have a simple conversation with you.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
And it's just like songwriters.
It's true.
A lot of like super pop
Dude.
songs, like most of like big songs from the 90s. Like think of like all your NSYNC, your Backstreet Boys,
Yeah.
your Britneys, all those kind of like super pop hits were not written by those folks.
No.
They're written, a lot of them, by this lady named Diane Warren.
Oh, dude, we had her on the show.
Shut up.
Okay,
You did not.
Yeah, we
Are you
did.
serious?
Yeah, we got to talk to her this last year.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding
She's
you.
like a legend.
I know. And it was cool, but also really sad because her take on love is terrible because like she's known like she can manipulate love because it's just like this weird emotion. And so she's like, I've written all these songs about love. What's love?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when we
It was a
interviewed-
really good interview.
Was
Don't
it?
get me wrong. Yeah.
It's kind of like when we interviewed Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh,
I love that guy. So
know.
cool. And then he just, on the air, just made fun of us for being a Christian station.
yeah.
Like,
And
he's like,
well, but for being, yeah.
it was like the Mars lander thing he was working on. He's like, yeah, we're going to Mars, but that's in space and could involve finding extra. But you guys don't believe in that because you're on the Christian station.
Yeah.
And we're like, Bill Nye, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
So mean.
Yeah, totes. Phone lines are open, 505-338-3700. Oh, thank you for holding. Thank you for waiting. All right. Oh, cool, everybody. Everybody's fired today. Yeah. Somebody said Steve-O feels the same way about every interview, each interview. That was the greatest. I do. Not all of them are the greatest.
No, they're not.
I think my favorite interview I always go back to is Jonathan Banks from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Okay.
He plays Mike. We had him on for an hour. Dude, staunch atheist, and by the end of the thing, we were talking like scripture and hanging, and he's just like a really genuine dude.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I
Good
like
peeps,
that.
yo. Good peeps. Okay. If one more person calls and just hangs up. One more!
Is it like-
505-338-3700.
We don't have like some weird menu system now, do we?
No, dude, look, it's normal. You can
Okay.
totally call in.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right. It is Wednesday, my dudes, and we got Brodus in studio hanging out until 9 o'clock. Our girl Tam's going to come and take over at that point. But, yeah, we're hanging, just talking movies right now because, well, Starmy member. Like, that's what happened.
Yeah.
We got a random question on the live line 30 minutes later. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. No, The Princess Bride. I love the movie so much. That is my son's, Inigo is my son's middle name.
No way.
That's awesome.
Noah Inigo Riley Williams.
That is great.
Wow, that's awesome.
You really love that movie. Why didn't you go with like Dread Pirate Roberts? It could have been like Jonathan the Dread Pirate Roberts Williams. I'm just kidding.
You know, I love the fact that, you know, that he had such a special relationship with his father,
Yeah.
and that he mourned his father's loss so much.
Did he spend his life
I
trying to
think
murder somebody?
Every
That's
kid
good.
should hold their parent in such high regard if that parent also, you know, if you have that sort of special parent-child relationship.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Thank
awesome.
you so much for the call.
Before Steve-O went with Brody, he loved the movie a lot, as we all know. He was going to name his son Farm Boy,
Okay.
but I'm so glad you didn't do that. Farm Boy.
Farm boy. Gosh. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
How are you guys doing today?
Doing
Good.
well?
Superman movie with, like, I don't know, fighting Brainiac, throwing a little Green Lantern in there for a little sprinkle of awesomeness. I think it would be great.
Okay.
Did you-
That's what you want
So,
to
like,
see?
Something along those lines.
Okay.
Okay,
I think,
we'll make it.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
Oh.
I'm gonna hit up DC right now.
I know Deck can do the claymation. I'm pretty sure he still has his kids' Play-Doh running around.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect.
We'll
dude.
do it.
Thank you. Thank
Perfecto.
you. Awesome.
Sweet.
What? Okay.
All right.
Steven Spielberg, actually, yesterday, some news broke that he is signed on to make a DC Comics film. And everybody lost their minds because, like, Man of Steel 2 or just something amazing. Except it's not going to be any of those. He's making the DC comic film based upon the comic book Blackhawk.
What?
Blackhawk?
Which one was Blackhawk?
Exactly. Which one was Blackhawk? I was actually kind of sad when I saw that news. I don't even know.
Someone's saying that we're switching topics too fast. Guess what? We're talking about movies.
So we're switching topics too fast.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the same thing for 30 minutes.
Yeah, movies. So it can switch from different ones. It doesn't have to be just about the same two movies. But we're talking about movies.
Here's the good news. We got to take a quick break. You can settle. And then we're actually probably going to switch the topic again.
Yeah.
So I got some good news on the way.
Too fast.
You talked about Bill Nye, the science lie. Well, I got some good news about science that just may save our lives.
Whoa. I'm curious about things like knowledge and science lately.
Really?
Yeah, I've been just really curious about it.
We gotta take a break. We are live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. It's the Morning Invasion. Stay with us.
We're all growing older, but are you growing up or just growing old? Ouch. Skip Heitzig brings this hotspot.
Well, with the Christian life, it begins with birth. You must be born again, Jesus said. Born again. But it continues with growth, with development, with a blossoming, with maturity.
Hotspot. Are you enjoying or only enduring the Christian life?
You can grow as much as you want because you have access to God's power.
Get more teachings from Skip at connectwithskip.com.
You can always tell how mature a Christian is by how that person treats God's promises.
Get the Skip Heitzig podcast from iTunes, Google Play, etc. And remember, growth requires cooperation.
But sanctification, that's teamwork. You just don't sit back and watch it happen. You are involved in the process. Spiritual growth is never accidental. It is always intentional.
Hotspot.
John Bunyan with a challenge. You've not lived today until you've done something for someone who can never repay you. That's a solar flare. Star 88.
Lately, life's just been too much to take. I'm slowly wearing thin, I'm losing faith. It feels like any moment I could break. I need a miracle, I need a hero. If you're my champion, then I can't lose if I got you. If you've already won, there's nothing you can't pull me through. In my weakness, you are strong. So give me strength to carry on. Oh God, if you are for me, what could stand against my champion? It's been so long since I've had any rest, and I've lost track of all the times I've wept. But I'll keep crying out to my last breath, and I'll pray to you till I've got nothing left. If you're my champion, then I can't lose if I got you. If you've already You've already won, there's nothing you can't pull me through. In my weakness, you are strong. You give me strength to carry on. God, if you are for me, what could stand against me? God, if you are for me, what could stand against my champion? My champion!
Here's Louis Giglio from his message, King or Pawn.
If you feel like a pawn today, let's say divorce just came barreling through the door of your heart today, and you're like, man, this election is crazy, Louis, but it's not as crazy as what's going on in my family, my marriage right now. Let's say cancer's come roaring into your world right now, and you're like, man, I was all concerned about the country, now I'm all about tomorrow. So who holds your life? Who's in charge of your future and in charge of your destiny? And I want to remind us today that we have been connected to Jesus, who is the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And you're never a pawn in life if you belong to a king. Your times are in the hands of the King of Kings.
That's Louis Giglio with a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Taking me some time to understand. Living in the past, not demand. So I'll run from it, I know I will. Maybe when you're drunk, you'll call me up and talk about the girls you used to love.
briefing just held in Philadelphia where that jet made an emergency landing.
We will not be releasing anything about patient outcome at this time.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels has released a composite sketch of the man she says threatened her to stay quiet about her alleged affair.
President Trump sitting down to a meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister.
The president talking about a possible upcoming meeting with North Korea.
Without us and without me in particular, I guess, you would have to say that they wouldn't be discussing anything, including the Olympics would have been a failure. Instead, it was a great success.
The DEA is proposing new limits on the amount of addictive drugs the manufacturers are allowed to legally produce.
Jeff Sessions says there's been action taken on opioids in West Virginia and in Michigan.
We have dismantled a major multi-state drug trafficking ring.
Starbucks says it will be closing over 8,000 company-owned stores in the U.S. on the afternoon of May 29th to conduct racial bias education.
Oh, good morning. We are live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 studios. It is the Morning Invasion. Steve-O and JoJo hanging out in studio.
What's up, y'all?
Happy Wednesday, my friends. Ah! Oh!
It is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Thursday.
It is Wednesday, my
Day after taxes.
dudes. Hey, coming up, the age you start becoming an old person may surprise you. Also got the top 10 signs it's already happening to you. So just be prepared. Chances are you old. Yeah. I'm not ready to talk about this. I'm not. Also, would you do your boss's job better than they do it? You might be surprised by how many Americans say, yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No?
Dude, I have zero, I'm fortunate that, I work for Prez.
Yeah.
Nonprofit, wonderful organization. But I'm more of a creative type, and I fear spreadsheets, true math anxiety. Some people think that, I love organizing things and putting it into spreadsheets. And when Excel opens, I get that sinking feeling.
Dude, no, I
so
feel
so
you.
I have to be coupled or paired with somebody with administrative skills.
Yeah, yeah.
So when it comes to being that kind of boss and with the stuff they have to do, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no.
So I'm not one of those guys I could do what my boss is doing.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah.
Much the same. Are you kidding me? I can barely do this job right now, so it's cool. It's cool. Oh, man. We got to get our day going, so I thought we'd kick it off with some good news this morning.
Who likes good news?
Good news, everyone! Good news, everyone!
Good news, everyone! Good news, everyone!
Good news, everyone!
The good news is, start breathing.
We are all going to be dead in the next 50 years. Here's why. Pollution. Plastic especially. Scientists say that if things stay the way they are now, we'll have more tons of plastic in the ocean than tons of fish by the year 2050. That's not good news. But the good news is scientists just created an enzyme that eats plastic.
What?
And it's going to be huge for fighting pollution. It's good news for us and bad news for Hollywood.
For all that plastic surgery.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying.
Everyone's gonna turn into zombies, half-eaten. Dude, of the enzyme.
Here's the cool news. This totally happened by mistake. A few years ago, researchers discovered an enzyme at a recycling plant in Japan that had evolved to eat plastic and break it down. So scientists at the University of Portsmouth in England decided to study it, and in the process, they accidentally created a mutant version that digests the plastic even faster. So, yeah.
Oh, that sounds like something that won't take over the world.
No,
and
yeah,
have
this is how we
awful
die.
Repercussions.
This is how we die. However, right now it seems cool because plastic bottles can end up in the ocean and they'll float around for hundreds of years. But the enzyme they made starts to break it down within days, and they believe there's still room for improvement. So it could happen even faster.
That is pretty cool, actually, if you think about it. So can we talk about science for a second, since we're talking about science?
I mean, yeah.
So
let's talk science.
So here's something that's always just baffling to me. It's and I speak from my own household, but I have to say that I've observed this with most, at least my contemporaries, my peers,
yeah,
other people that are parents, and And how many, if you were to ask mom, like the average mom out there, like I know if I were to ask my wife, hey, would you want your kids to be scientists? You're like, oh, yes,
Of
this
course.
would be, I want them to be smart, want them to be a scientist. But then you say, hey, do you trust science? Like, do you use medicine, like anything that a scientist has developed? Or do you just do like herbal, all natural?
Essential oils, bro.
Or you like essential oil, like chemtrail, like everything. Like you have this massive mistrust, like most. So my wife really doesn't believe in science, but yet would want our kids to be scientists.
Yeah.
Do you see here?
Yo, no,
Do you
I
see
know.
here the conflict, the
Maybe it's
irony?
because they just want them to have money.
Well, yeah, or be smart. But like, it's like anything you come up with or any improvement in life that you help design, I'm really not going to trust it. Yeah. If it didn't, if it's not over at unless it shows up in like a vitamin store, forget it.
Well, let's be real about this enzyme that they created. Carl on Facebook Live actually said, sounds like an enzyme that can get out of control. Should have let the natural one alone. Because they're like messing with this thing that eats plastic, basically. And now...
Yeah, but... So, I mean, I think we should try it, at least in a controlled air thing, because we made plastic.
Did you watch... The first season of The Walking Dead. This is how it all goes awry.
Well, I don't have any plastic in me. I got my glasses. But I mean,
saying,
I'm just saying,
how it
like,
starts and then it
no,
mutates
but
to
we
human
made
body
plastic.
parts.
It'd be different if it was like something that like there's no natural order of something that destroys plastic.
Yeah. I
mean, look at Tanawan. What?
You don't like Tanawan.
No, I just think it was I'm just glad I was never tricked into buying property up there.
Yeah.
It's on a landfill.
Yeah.
Somebody
said
Pet Cemetery
on Facebook, or I mean on the live line, 505-585-LIVE. Somebody chimed in and said, spoiler alert, scientists don't make that much money.
Right. They spend most of their lives like researching with grants and funds that are scarce and have to go a long way and be spread out. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Dude.
All hoping for that big breakthrough,
Yeah.
It's like how many astronauts we have ready and probably will never go up in a shuttle. Mainly because SpaceX is doing it all now and NASA's hardly doing anything.
Dude.
SpaceX, dude, those guys are like the Urban Outfitters of space. Like those guys are all like young, making it hip and cool. They're like, they're like NASA's the old grocery store, and like SpaceX is like Whole Foods, right?
Okay.
It's like more expensive and faster.
But
and
nobody likes Whole Foods.
No, they don't. I shouldn't. That's a terrible example.
It's so expensive.
It is. It's ridiculous. But but let's say just
like
something about
milk
marketing.
We just got from the cow in the back, $17.
Right.
Like, no, I'm good.
I would now if they're smart, take advantage of some of our little backwards mentality around here. Let's have like a Christian grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, this milk came from a Christian cow.
Okay.
What? Not like those secular cereals you buy. These are holy oats. Whole oats. What?
Oh, man.
Holy foods.
505-338-3700, the phone number.
They
if
got
you'd like
testaments.
to chime in.
Testaments. We'd have all those little Christian snacks in there.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Hey, real quick, look up plastic-eating worms.
Oh, no. I want to sleep tonight. I want to sleep tonight.
Just do it.
Booty, I'm not looking it up. Gosh.
Oh, you knew who that was?
That was Booty.
Booty.
Regular caller.
That dude has the voice that's just like, look this up. You're like, I don't want you. He's like, just do it.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of plastic, actually, a member of the Star Army sent this in on the live line. In the United Kingdom, they're actually using recycled plastic to build stronger roads right now. Less oil, more waste plastic to create roads. So, I mean, they're trying to do things, but...
Speaking of what we were talking about science, someone just chimed in and said, as a pharmacist, It says, it drives me crazy that people will take herbs or natural products that a friend told them to take, but won't take a medication that has years of studies and research behind it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you realize like those, like a lot of when you go to the store, any store, whatever, and you buy like, this is like a grapeseed extract, or whenever you find something that's like all the herbal stuff, they don't have to go through the same FDA regulations. So there's really no like quality control to say, oh, hey, is your stuff really like full of this? That like there's no. They don't put it through that kind of stuff, that kind of testing.
But I mean, do you rock any like oils or anything weird like that?
No,
I mean weird. I say
it.
that.
No, like essential oils.
Yeah.
No, I know. The ones that your lady got me were really good. Now I understand it as I don't like. My wife thinks you can put frankincense on anything, and
it like heals it,
dude,
or what?
She had like one of those like a little, like they call it a Bible bump, like a big, you can get like a big cyst thing on your foot, right?
Oh.
And the doctors call it, so you can either go, if you go to the doctor.
Why is it called a Bible bump?
I'll tell you why. It's amazing. So you get like one of these big, crazy, huge, like golf ball sized bumps, like on your foot or something, right? Yeah. And so if you go to the doc, they are going to have to take a clinical approach, and they're going to say, okay, well, let's cut it out, right? So, and so you're like, oh, that's expensive, whatever. So they call it a Bible bump because what you would do is you take a heavy book like the Bible and you smack it.
Oh my god!
And so no, what it is just like a little like gel kind of like cyst type thing.
Stop talking.
No, listen, this is not gross.
No,
this is science.
dude.
And so it just absorbs back into your body.
Oh, okay, that's
and
better.
So it just deflates. You just see it. It's amazing.
Oh my
So anyway,
gosh.
we're smacking Heidi's foot. Pow, pow, pow. And we got it, but it didn't like go down right away. But then the next day it was gone, and she's all, it's because I put some frankincense on it. Frankincense? What is? She thinks frankincense can do anything. If you put frankincense on a baby, you're gonna make Jesus. Like, it's like, no, man. Like, just because, like, that was a gift, right? But it's not. It smells nice. But I mean, frankincense, like, so it's just this whole idea that like all this stuff. She's like, I know you're gonna think it's crazy, but I had like some bumps on. I get like a haircut, right? Like, and I never got it like razor bladed, so it get like a little razor burn. But she's like, I know you're gonna think this is crazy, but let's put some frankincense on it. And then so like 3 days later, as it's healed up, which it would have done on its own,
right.
she's like, see the frankincense. I'm like, first off, it sounds too close to Frankenstein. There's been bad ideas coming from this Frank thing for a long time. But yeah, I just don't.
Hey, if it's good enough for baby Jesus, it's good enough for me.
But I do understand the placebo of the whole idea of, you know what? When I smell this, it calms me. It makes me feel better. So for those kind of things, like I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to say like essential oils are lame.
Steph says frankincense is amazing.
Yeah.
It does all of these things.
Yeah.
This is real.
It's just like when somebody's expecting a baby. Let's say, someone's, you have a woman who's pregnant and you're past your due date and you're like, and everyone has some advice on what to do. And it's always going to be whatever happened to them when they went into labor. They're like, eat spaghetti. It'll do it. Just spaghetti or get some Chilean sea bass. It'll do it. They're like, or watch Never Ending Story. It'll do it. And it's like, no, it won't, man. That's like what happened to you, and it's all like this coincidental stuff. That's like, man. So, I feel what this person says as a pharmacist, it's like, man, people put like all kinds of research and science and stuff, and it's all going to boil down to, no, I know that whole thing that you presented, is like antihistamines. Like with allergies, I know that's full of like research and science and proven to work.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just stick this mint oil in my nostrils, and
actually,
I'll feel better.
Peppermint, and you don't want to get it that close to your eyeballs. But if you have a headache, you put it right back here, like near your temples. I actually have a bottle of that in my office.
Yeah,
I love peppermint.
Well, dude,
oil.
because it makes you feel better, and and so those are
soothing.
Your
tricks me.
Your brain and emotions have a direct effect on your body.
Of course.
It's just like how you can see something and like feel like you want to throw up, right? Because you see something gross. that's not because you're sick and need to throw up. It's because your brain made your body do that. So these like reactions are real.
I don't like Joey who works at a hospital now, Joey. You're too practical. I hate it.
Yeah.
Steph chimed in on the live line, 505-585-LIVE if you'd like to text in. She said, okay, first of all, I know there's a time and place for pharmaceuticals. Just a couple weeks ago, I had the flu and then got strep at the same time. Antibiotics are amazing. However, if I had just had the flu, I'm all about the home remedies. If stuff works, do it. Prescription drugs can be extremely dangerous to the body.
That's true.
Just read the 10-page pamphlet that comes with each one.
You know what? That's a really good point. And I don't want to try to say that, like, hey, you should be loaded on prescription drugs.
Right. But if a doctor prescribes you something, you should probably.
If you trust that doctor, yeah.
I mean, right now, okay, so I was in a car accident a few weeks ago, and they prescribed me this muscle relaxer.
Yeah.
And I was able to take half of one for 2 days. And then I've just been trying to go with, like, I know this sounds crazy, but, like, the oils and, like, some ibuprofen and just
ibuprofen's magical.
And, like, tone it down because, man alive, I took that stuff and, well, Chrissy actually
knocked you out. You hope you weren't operating heavy machinery.
No, it was at night because it was supposed to be for bed, but it didn't make me fall asleep. It just made me like stupid. Chrissy has video that if it ever surfaces, did
you turn into like an amoeba? Did you feel like everything was all wobbly?
No, I turned into Polly Shore from Biodome.
Oh,
so
hey,
yeah,
local,
yeah,
right,
dude?
Yeah, dude. Buddy.
So I'm just saying I'm not always a fan because sometimes they can prescribe you something that's
and I have to admit, like someone just said, I'm sorry, but your wife sounds like a loon, but she's not. So I have to admit that every time I try to diss on like the herbal remedies,
right,
that's something that she gives me something and it actually does work. Like, and so like garlic or whatever, I'm like, well,
yeah,
like having something that will like clear out your sinuses like naturally, that's pretty awesome. So yeah, so I don't mean to. I'm not trashing on natural therapies.
Are you just backtracking because you realize Chip goes to Whole Foods and he's like all natural vegan guy?
Everyone goes to, everyone wants to, and I think it's a very good trend.
Yeah.
But let me just tell you something right now. If you think nobody's making money by putting a stamp that says organic on their product,
I know,
then you're crazy.
I was in Salt Lake City this weekend with Jack Jeter for the national archery competition, and I didn't realize that Young Living, I think is what it is, that my wife slings, is in Salt Lake City. And we drove by their headquarters. Yeah.
Luxuriosity.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
someone's making some business decisions.
And was like, yeah, man. Yeah, those oils work to line those pockets. It was crazy how big it was.
So, it's a business. But, I mean, like Heidi brought home a big thing of like soil, right? A big bag of soy, and it's all organic. And I'm like, well, was the last dirt, like the last bag of dirt, was that synthetic? Like,
I mean,
it was dirt. Like, wasn't it always organic? Like from dust to dust,
dude,
from ashes to ashes.
Ugh.
I'm like, okay, so when the dirt's organic, it was kind of always was, but now that they put that tag on the label, they can charge like this much more for it.
But I will tell you this.
But again, I would rather have something that says organic, I suppose,
Well, yeah, because I've never been in a situation where I was like, dude, I don't think I can drive. I put frankincense on my temple. But when I was taking that muscle relaxer thing, I seriously took it for 2 days and was like, never again. I'll deal with the pain, because now I understand why people get addicted and get all crazy, because they're powerful and you're like outside of your own body.
No.
Pass.
Yeah.
I'm good.
You should, and then you talk to your doctor, you say, hey, man, that stuff doesn't make me feel right, and they'll always respect that, and they'll give it, and they'll try something else.
Oddly enough,
but
after
it's a quandary,
that,
though.
they prescribed me frankincense. I'm just kidding.
See, I've never seen that happen.
Yeah, his name was Dr. Who. It was cool, man. I met him on the corner when I was on a muscle relaxer.
It's a quandary, because, I want natural things. I don't want all chemicals, but at the same time, I don't want to, like, say science is lame, because that's ridiculous,
no, man.
Because there's some really smart things out there, but there's some really powerful things that, can definitely, as humans, can make us abuse.
We got to take a break. We are live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 studios. Coming back, the age you start becoming an old person. I have it. And I also have a list of the top 10 signs it's already happening to you. I'm sorry, but you old. Right back with more. It's Morning Invasion.
I'm Heidi, and here's what's happening. The National Day of Prayer is an annual observance held on the first Thursday of May since 1952. Don't miss the Albuquerque National Day of Prayer Thursday, May 3rd at 11:30 a.m. at the Civic Plaza. This year, the theme is Unity in America, our workplaces, and in our communities. The Albuquerque National Day of Prayer will also be welcoming special guests like Pastor Skip Heitzig, U.S. Congressman Steve Pierce, and more. The weather is getting warmer and more things are happening around our community. If you know of any free events happening in the near future, maybe something free for your community or maybe a free event happening at your church, let us know about it. We'll talk about your free event on the air and feature it on our website. All you have to do is fill out the form at star88.fm/events. For more information about events happening in your community and so much more, visit star88.fm. For what's happening, I'm Heidi and this is Star 88.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
What happens when we die is separated from our body. When the spirit leaves the body, you're dead. In the body, which is the church, when the spirit leaves the body, the church dies. And what Jesus is saying to the church when he says, remember how thou hast received, it is a veiled reference, in my estimation, to the Holy Spirit and his ministry in the church. The exhortation is that believers are to remember how they received and heard. It is clearly a reference to the manner of receiving and hearing. And in all ages, the church has received and heard in the same way. When somebody is born again, he receives the Holy Spirit. He comes to dwell in the human heart.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, New Mexico's fresh alternative.
You got eyes like the light in cloudy chimneys. You got cries like the bird of song in lonely trees. You got hands like the land and feet like the sea. And you're not as simple as you seem. For your flesh is weak and your bones are bare, and you cannot see your beating heart. Doesn't mean it's not there. For there is none good, though we don't seem too bad. We cannot live till we realize that we were once dead. Oh, oh.
Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios, the song is None Good. The band is Annette.
Stop it.
That's the name of the band.
That's the
name.
name. It's not a band.
No,
is it a band or is it a girl?
I don't. Well, I mean,
wait.
Her name could be Annette.
Wait,
but
Annette?
the band is Annette.
Annette.
Like
it's not a band. It's a girl.
Annette.
Annette.
Yeah, like not the thing
they're
you
like,
cast
hey.
out.
So when their song's called None Good.
Yeah.
So you have like. So wait, when you were like, this is baffling me. So you're coming up with a stage name, and you're like, hey, you know, probably shouldn't use your real name. So you're starting your solo career. You got any names? She's like, none good. And so, okay, I'm just gonna go Annette. You're like, that was the hit song from Annette. It's like that sounds like we all know someone named Annette. And They're usually really sweet, right? And so wait, you're like, wait, the front desk Annette, or like, you know, math teacher Annette. Like who's Annette? That's weird. Oh man, that's funny. Did you notice how the song was all cinematic? Like everything all sounded all Stranger Things.
Totally.
At least she didn't sound like No Doy.
Who?
You know No-Doy?
No.
So, dude, it's like an epidemic in music. It's what I call it. So you know how? So what I call No-Doy is, and I think this started with like some whatever hipster girl singer with a ukulele, right? But when did it become cool to start mispronouncing, like to put a completely different accent?
Oh.
So whenever I see singers that I call them no doys. Whenever I see singers that are all oi loiv yoiv oi mioy,
I'm a loiv.
Well, no, not quite New Yorkie, but they're just like oi loiv, and you know, ding 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 oi everything noi, like all that Halsey, and it's all no doy, man. Like it's you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know, you see it like if you watch any of those shows, Idol, The Voice, whatever. There's always a no doy showing up like every episode. It's like, oi, loy, and a Hillsong. They got no doys. They're no doy in their way to heaven. Just
yeah, but here's the deal, bro. No Doyle rules.
No Doyle. But you know what I'm talking about? So I call that no doy.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Totally.
Why you
makes
got to
sense.
pronounce love loiv? Like it's not.
Okay, but I got to bust you because to be fair, like one of our favorite bands.
Now, you're
Angels
talking about,
in Airwaves.
But it's like California tonight.
Yeah, but that's like, dude, I've never met a Californian
he's
that's
consistent.
Like, yeah,
and he was kind of doing
like,
it first. He sounds
tonight. Everything is good tonight.
Yeah, but he sounds like the only guy really that can do that.
We're gonna play Fortnite tonight.
Yeah, I get it. Fortnite,
but
at least he doesn't sing it all soft. Oi, loy, Fortnite, Fortnite. It's just like, oh my gosh, stop it. No doy.
Dude, speaking of Fortnite, we got to talk about this before we get into our next topic because this is crazy. Fortnite's like taking over the world. Have you played it?
I've played it once. It's a video game, and it's like this thing where like you got 100 people like jump in, and you got to like try to be the last man standing, and it's usually pretty short. But my son plays it like nonstop.
Has he won? Has he ever won?
No, he's come in like second once. I think.
See, shout out to Luke Jeter, who's won more than anyone in my household. He's won like multiple
I've only
times.
played it a couple times, but you have like this
ridiculous
high pressure like. And you gotta like build things, and there's like a hurricane.
It's like
coming
Minecraft
for you.
and like Battlefield 3, and like no, it's not like
no.
that.
Anyway, the point is, it's like it's this game
crazy.
that everyone's playing. So what did this kid do?
100 people on a map. You got to get down to number 1, and it's so important to people that they're willing to risk their lives. This weekend, I was with Jack in the airport, and he convinced me to download it. I checked it out. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah,
I'm terrible. But apparently like 10 to 13-year-olds are incredible at this game, including this dude. A kid was rocking Fortnite this weekend when a tornado hit his neighborhood. His name is Anton Williams. He lives in Greensboro, North Carolina. He was in the middle of a game on Sunday when a tornado ripped through his neighborhood. And by ripped, I mean like his neighbor's house was completely destroyed. It was a strong EF2. I don't know I don't know what that means. But they talked to him about it because it was crazy. He saw his neighbor's like house get ripped apart, and here's what he was doing.
I was sitting at home, and I was playing Fortnite, and all of a sudden I just hear a bunch of noise, and I look out the window, and I start seeing the roof come off the houses in front of me. But then I sit back down because I only got like a couple people left in my gang. I was going to try to finish the game. But then it just started getting worse, and then I started seeing the power lines come down. So I told my sister and my nephew to come to the bathroom so everything would be okay. I really didn't hear anything, but I really did hear when the roof started coming off the side of the house, and then when the truck flipped, then I heard that. Honestly, I was just thinking about the game. But I was hoping everybody was okay around me. But when I came outside to check on my neighbors, they said everything was fine. I didn't even know something like this would happen in Greensboro. You can't picture this happening.
So
he was more concerned about finishing Fortnite.
He was worried about that. You know, he's like, I was concerned that people. You know, I was hoping people were okay. What did you push pause?
You can't pause in
you
Fortnite.
Can't pause. So
it's live,
so while
bro.
He had it, so how is his internet still on while the house next door
Right.
is being ripped apart?
I think my favorite part is like I saw the roof being ripped off and I was like, dang, but then I sat back down because there were only a couple people left.
You know exactly. There's like that dude who's just like playing stuff and you know when you try to talk to someone who's playing a game, you're like, hey man, did you get your homework done?
Oh, dude.
And then it's like 2 minutes later, we only had a special assignments in class. Hey, are you gonna do your chores? Hey!
Dude.
What? I'm almost
dude.
And that's
I'm
when I go
top
old
five.
school.
I'm
That's
top
when
five.
Yeah, that's when I go old school and I'm like, turn it off
now. Yep. I've had to pull the plug like that a couple times. I don't care. What's going to happen if you just have to turn it off right now? Well, I'm not going to win.
What?
I'm not, I can't.
Yeah.
You can't just turn it off. It's live. I'm like, oh, what? Oh, yeah? Watch this. That's crazy because it just went off. I'm telling you, man.
So do you have like, so does anybody here, do you watch, like, I don't understand watching videos of people playing video games.
Oh, yeah.
So this Fortnite thing, if I say, all right, son.
Turn it off.
Like,
you're done.
Yeah, you're done. Enough of the video game. So then they'll cruise over to the computer and jump on YouTube and watch videos of someone else playing the video game.
Yeah.
And it's like, how in the world can this possibly be interesting? And
I was never that kid that was like, there were neighborhood kids who would come over and like I'd be playing my NES and then they'd be watching me play and I'd be like, man, this must suck to be them. I would much rather be playing video games right now. I never got into watching someone play a video game live, much less a YouTube video of watching someone play a video game.
And then
I don't get it.
And these guys who are commentating while they're doing it have zero like broadcast experience, right? They're just like, okay, so I'm gonna jump on that. Whoa, that was weird. Like it's just literally like what?
We're laughing at them while they're just raking in the cash on their YouTube
from these
channels.
streams. And you always know you're in trouble when you click on a thing and it's all, "What's up, YouTube?" And it's like. These people think that the whole world is watching them. What's up, YouTube?
Oh, man.
It's like, oh, man.
It's terrible. Joshua says kids watch YouTube videos of others playing that same video game because they learn how to play the game better.
Yeah, but like, so there was a time where my son was playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Which actually, Minecraft is like this engineering. It involves physics. It's actually really cool. And I think that the guys who program, having learned about making video games this last year, I took a course with Berkeley. Having learned about that game is actually a stroke of genius because they put this soothing background music in there. And that is the reason I think that parents like don't freak out about it. No, because when it's on, they're like, oh, this is nice. So the kids could be playing it for hours.
Click,
and mom just feels all relaxed. She's like, oh, that's nice, that thing, whatever it is you're doing. And so, but there came a time where he started just watching YouTube clips on it. And I was like, son, so you're watching all these strategies and these people play. Do you watch more videos than do you play the game? Do you go do this? He's like, well, not really so much anymore. Just like watching the. I was like, you're not even using this stuff. You're learning.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
Back in the day when my kids were into Minecraft, they would watch videos of how, like, ooh, I'm gonna build the Disney castle, but I don't know how. And they'd watch somebody else build it on a YouTube video, and then they'd like pause, and then they'd like emulate that. I don't, man.
YouTube's like a blessing and a curse, because I have to admit, like when the garbage disposal got weird, you know, and when like the belt in the dryer broke, like I was able to go find a clip, and I was able to fix it myself, which is totally not me. Like I am not Mr. Fix-It.
Right.
But, you know, I was able to find a clip about someone doing it. So
dude, here's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Somebody, you're not sports guy. Like
No.
you're not sports guy.
I'm the boss of sports.
He is the boss of sports. I am definite sports guy, and they said, but isn't watching YouTube gamers similar to watching football or another sport? Because you're watching someone else play a game.
Yeah. I think there's like
that's really interesting.
That is really interesting. I think there's like a stigma with say like our generation and older.
Yeah.
That just feels like I think it started changing with our generation.
Yeah.
But just feels that anything that's like animated or anything that is computer generated or animated is just not credible.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's not but you know, it is not encouraging like getting out and being athletic and having physical activity in your life.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, this is true.
Yeah. Remember that one time when you and I went to go like host or cover some video game convention?
Yes.
And we thought it was going to be the bomb. We're like, this is going to be the best. It's all video games. It's going to be awesome. And we thought we were going to be walking into like the arcade from Tron, right? Like it was just going to be nuts.
Oh, it was going to be amazing.
And we walked into the convention center and it was so quiet. And it was just these dudes with like low volume sitting around tables.
Well.
And it was just like
BO and
everyone just
button
like
mashing.
Yeah, it was like it was the most boring.
It was so
awful.
boring.
It was awful.
Yeah, I don't know how we got sucked into that gig.
Yeah.
Phone lines are open 505-338-3700. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, good morning. So you guys were talking about like how kids or your kids were watching other kids play video games on YouTube.
Yeah.
So my kids actually, like, they still do it now. It's really weird. They don't watch other kids play video games, but they watch other kids open toys, and they'll watch those kids play with the new toys on YouTube.
Oh, like the unboxing, like the unboxing videos.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's the whole
And
thing.
they'll sit there for hours just watching other kids play with toys, and I'm like, I don't understand.
Right. Does it make you feel like, do you almost for a second feel bad? You're like, well, gosh, have I never got them toys? Like, are they like yearning for toys? Did I deprive them?
These kids, right? And he's like, Mommy, I really want this toy because Ted or what, I don't know the kid's name that he watches or whatever. He's like, he gets to open all these cool toys, and I want to open. And I'm like, I don't even know where they sell those.
So I think you just nailed it on the head. Here's what you need to do. The real excitement about it is getting something in the mail.
Right.
And opening something. So what you do is you go and find any of the toys that you got them that they've hardly played with. You pack it up in a little box and you ship it back home to yourself, addressed to them. And then they got that they get that whole unboxing feeling.
And you start a YouTube channel and make a ton of money while other people watch your kid open their
and
old
you can
toys.
call it rediscovery. Rediscovery unboxing. You're like, oh man, I've always wanted one of these. Yeah, you had one. We got it for you. You barely touched it because you were busy watching YouTube. And so there you go.
Thank you so much for the
that's
call.
what I think I'm going to do.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody said, see, this is a great idea. I'm now going to make a YouTube video of my son watching other people play video games on YouTube. So it's like a loop. You're watching a kid watching a kid. It's Inception, man.
It's totally.
Gosh,
but there is
585
something
Live.
to the unboxing.
There is.
It's playing into that like that human reaction of when you get a box in the mail.
I'm like mad that I've never started a YouTube channel for Brody to do this very thing.
Doesn't everyone get excited when they get a box in the mail?
Yeah, totally.
They're like, oh, I got something in the mail. You know exactly what it is. It says Amazon on it or
This
whatever.
was me yesterday.
And you're like, oh, but I got this box in the mail. You're going to open it? You're going to open it? And so there's this like, so I guess I get it, but we could pack up anything in a box and just put it on the door and address it. So I think we should just start repurposing and recycling our own stuff.
I love this idea. I mean, think about when your kids are at birthday parties, especially when they were younger, like they would sit as close to the kid opening presents as possible. And 99.9% of the time, you'd have to be like, hey, Brody, back up.
Yeah.
Let them
It's
open
their
the
birthday.
present.
Yeah, exactly. So what if you could put a box on your kid watching the unboxing video and then record unboxing the kid, like put a hole in the box?
Nope.
Too much Inception there. That's more like just
step one. You have to cut a hole in the box.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's bordering on
and
like
then,
neglect
you're
and
like,
abuse.
yeah, and you're grabbing, you're looking for all those things, and then you're like,
you got to find a big box.
And then like a toy or whatever, and you put that junk in that box.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And step 3, then let them open the box.
Yeah.
That's the way you do it.
That's the way you do it.
That's the way you do it.
Okay. And film it. So repurposing your old toys. Boxing them up, sending them home, and just making your kids feel like they got something in the mail every day.
Yeah,
it's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
and especially with that look of disappointment when they realize what it is, that's actually going to probably be hilarious. So you could have there's a great money making idea for you.
Oh man, 585 Live. Somebody just chimed in and said, "I do not allow my daughter to watch unboxing videos. Those are the worst." And Steve-O voiced, "No, that is not content. No." That's pretty accurate. It's pretty accurate. Gosh.
It's true.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Invasion.
Good morning. It's Birga. I have to rant for about 90 seconds
I
on
love
this
this,
topic
Birga.
because it makes me furious. So my girls watch YouTubers who are just famous and rich simply for being idiots.
Yeah.
And then they want their merchandise, and they want to spend money to get the merch of YouTube idiots. I can't stand it.
Yeah, so they want the T-shirt of the person who like unboxes something and goes, "Oh, this is crazy!"
Yeah,
and then they got a shirt with a box that says, "This is crazy!"
Right?
And like,
exactly.
Yeah, and so they've turned it into like all these guys are like industry icons now of. And what do? Oh, I get sent stuff and open the box.
Oh, man.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, Birga, love you.
My indignation rises every time I hear them talking about YouTubers.
Yep.
Oh, it makes me furious.
Man. We missed it, guys. We missed it.
For ministry, these faith-based organizations were scratching by to get a dime, and these dummies are just millionaires for saying idiotic things.
That's what you got to do. You got to start. Listen, you got to start a YouTube channel, all right, for your organization, and then just start doing stupid things like pranking homeless people instead of helping them like you're supposed to.
No.
What? Birga, you just said you needed money for the nonprofit. This is how you do it.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Then, when you get the money, you use it to help the homeless guy and say, "Dude, thank you for furthering my YouTube channel."
No. You got it slightly
I'm gonna
wrong.
go ahead and reject that right now.
Yeah.
I'm just
Sorry,
saying,
can't do it.
you're Love Inc. I just think Love Inc. could benefit from a YouTube channel pranking people.
Birga,
Like,
don't
we
listen
got
to
you a
him.
home, psych, and then they're like, oh, and it's horrible, and people laugh, and you get like $1
no.
million, and
You
then
know
you
who-
actually buy them a home.
Trolls
and say,
are laughing.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's true.
Yeah.
So one problem with that, so the ink of the Love Inc. stands for In the Name of Christ.
Ah.
I can't see this working out.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
true. I just don't think he'd have a YouTube
It's
channel
all
like
psych, Jesus loves you. No, I can't do it.
yeah,
All right, but if you
WWJW.
have any other great ideas, let me know.
All right. Thank you. Birga. 505-338-3700 if you'd like to chime in. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Katie Lynn. How you guys doing?
Hey, Katie Lynn. We're good.
Good. So we're getting on our kids about like watching all these videos, but you get on Zillow and you're like, look at that $500,000 house.
Yeah, or like the HGTV Dream Home or whatever.
Or in my case, getting on Pinterest and being like, oh, look at her organize her closet. Wow. I want to do that.
Okay,
Dude, busted.
So
you were
what's it?
so right.
Do you know what it's called? Like, so for a while there, my daughter was watching some YouTube video about. There's a name for something where you like have to like you have like a desk or a table of things messy, and you have to just like straighten it all and make it like perpendicular and parallel. Do you know what that's called? You know what I'm talking about? Where someone's
Yeah, I was literally about to say that.
It has, yeah, that is that though, but it does. It does have a funny name though. It's like It's not primping, but
are you
something
talking
like
about
that.
feng shui? Like,
No,
what are you
dude.
talking about?
I'm talking
bro?
about like people will just sit there and be like, okay, this is all crooked, so I'm gonna like.
No,
it's
that's just
it's like
OCD.
satisfying.
No,
They're
that's
like
just crazy.
satisfying videos.
No, yeah.
Not satisfying for me.
Katie Lynn, we
That's
love you. Thank
hilarious.
you for
That's
calling.
awesome.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, that rhyming girl's hilarious. Oh. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, my brothers. How we doing?
We're doing good, Rob. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm here, out and about, trying to stay busy. That's about it.
All right.
All right, Steve-O, stay with me.
Okay.
We're going to have someone commentate someone's reaction to someone who's watching the morning invasion while you guys are responding to someone calling in.
Oh my gosh. It's like 9th level
yeah.
of Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
We're
And then the person commenting will then comment on YouTube Live.
Oh.
And we get to see your reaction yet again.
Our reaction
This
to
is-
them watching
yeah.
us reacting to other people. Man, that's like
Yeah.
my mind just went numb.
yeah.
So
You guys, we're playing with the space-time continuum here, and I just don't.
Yes,
we're getting dangerously
Hey, man,
close.
love you too, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we could mess something up.
Gosh. Live line 505-585-LIVE if you'd like to text in to the show. Somebody said I agree about buying merch from stupid YouTubers. My sisters are obsessed with YouTubers, these twins, and from what I've seen, they only show their abs the whole time. And they always want to buy the merch. I don't understand why. Yeah.
No, there are some funny things. Someone just said, I don't mind my nephews watching, like Dude Perfect. They're Christian guys.
Oh,
who-
yeah.
Yeah.
My boys
no,
love Dude
see,
Perfect.
That's funny stuff.
Yeah, that's
you know?
cool.
Yeah. There are some decent things out there, few and far between, but it's just the craziness of, I didn't really realize it until we just talked about it now. It's just that people, the unboxing thing, people just like getting something in the mail or getting a present.
How have we not started a YouTube channel?
Oh, no.
We're complaining when really we should just be stoked that these 12-year-olds are like entrepreneurs and doing something.
Yeah.
Like maybe we're just mad that we didn't think of it first.
So, or maybe we could go around and obviously we wouldn't want to do this illegally, so we'll ask permission first, but we just show up to people's places and be like, hey, can we open your mail? You get their permission. It's like, did you get a box? What'd you get? Can we open it? And so maybe we could like open up other people's stuff.
I like this.
You
This
know?
is a really good idea. It's like a real unboxing. Can we follow the mailman around until he like drops off a package?
I'd be worried.
But then hang out and wait?
I'd be worried about the person that's like, sure, go ahead. The person who doesn't say no, like, no, you weirdo, get out of here.
Right.
But the person who's like, yeah, go ahead.
I would also be worried we'd be going to jail because there's people that actually steal boxes off.
Well, that's
of,
what
like,
I'm
the
saying
front
about
porches.
permission, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Like they'd bust us for like this weird ring that we have no part in because we're following the mailman.
Right. Because we're on like the Flannel Road
we
site or
we gotta
whatever.
really put some work into this idea.
All right.
It's coming together.
It's in progress.
Man, remember how we said we were going to talk about what it was like when you were getting old? I think we just did that for 30 minutes because we complained about this like
I
next
still want to
generation.
hear that list, though. I want to hear that list. Let's
The
talk about that when we
age
come
you
back.
start becoming an old person and the top 10 ways to know you old. That's next. Stay with us. It's the Morning Invasion, live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
Coming to Albuquerque May 1st at the Lobo Theater, Tyson Motzenberger, Tylen Motzentackle, Tyson Mulber Tackle. No. Hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
What's this? How do you pronounce this guy's name?
Motzenbacher.
Motzenbacher, that's right. Tyson Motzenbacher in concert.
It's been cold around here. Cold rain.
With special guest Matthew Wright
I was having a good day.
and John Van Dusen.
I testified against your case.
Tyson Motzenbacher coming May 1st to the Lobo. Get your tickets now. Only $10 at star88.fm.
Open your eyes, you're alive. Another fine night near the ocean.
Here's a Star 88 solar flare with Danny Goki. I'd rather be a light than add to the darkness. I want to leave this world better than I found it. Star RDA, and a solar flare. Ravi Zacharias says, our culture is morally suicidal. Here's Ravi on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Sovereignty can seem tyrannical. Holiness can seem terrifying. Omniscience can be taunting. Immutability can be torturous unless you understand the terms well. Sovereignty can be tyrannical if it is unbounded by goodness. Holiness can be terrifying if it is untempered by grace. Omniscience taunting if it's uncoupled with mercy. And immutability can be torturous if it is uncertain of goodwill. And so when you think of the sovereignty of God, how it is bounded by goodness and wisdom, He knows the beginning from the end, and He is good.
A Star 88 PowerPoint.
Out of your milk, out of your milk. Why do you owe, why do you owe? So more than you got, more than you got. More than you know, more than you know. The moon's right there in front of me. I can see with my mind. Your moon's right there inside of your love, but you're holding me down. The moon's right there in front of me. I can see with my mind. Your moon's right there inside of your love, but you're holding me down. You're holding me down. Bottle of smoke, bottle of smoke. You follow the grid, follow the grid. But I spell the right, spell the right. When you spoil the gears, spoil the gears. And I just want a glimpse of it with my feet on the ground. And I'm not scared to climb, cause I heard the drum me down. And I just want a glimpse of it with my feet on the ground. And I'm not scared to climb, cause I heard the drum me down. Cause this is the world I'm swimming in, swimming in. And this is the morning when I'm coming undone, undone. And this is the body I'm filling in, filling in. And this is the moment that we both run from, run from. Guardian milk, guardian milk. Where's your mind, where's your mind? The water is warm, water is warm. Is that a surprise, that a surprise? Cause this is the world I'm swimming in, swimming in. And this is the morning when I'm coming undone, undone. And this is the body I'm filling in, filling in. And this is the moment that we both run from, run from. And this is the water I'm swimming in, swimming in. And this is the morning when we're coming undone, undone. And this is the body I'm filling in, filling in. And this is the moment that we both run from, run from, run from. What's going on in the news today?
Briefing just held in Philadelphia where that jet made an emergency landing.
We will not be releasing anything about patient outcome at this time.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels has released a composite sketch of the man she says threatened her to stay quiet about her alleged affair.
President Trump sitting down to a meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister.
The president talking about a possible upcoming meeting with North Korea.
Without us and without me in particular, I guess, you would have to say that they wouldn't be discussing anything, including the Olympics would have been a failure. Instead, it was a great success.
The DEA is proposing new limits on the amount of addictive drugs the manufacturers are allowed to legally produce.
Jeff Sessions says there's been action taken on opioids in West Virginia and in Michigan.
We have dismantled a major multi-state drug trafficking ring.
Starbucks says it will be closing over 8,000 company-owned stores in the U.S. on the afternoon of May 29th to conduct racial bias education.
Oh, yeah. We are live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Steve-O, Jojo, hanging out with me on this here Wednesday. And now you're hanging out with me for the duration of the show.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I like this.
Yeah. Yes. I'm going to try.
Yes.
I do have a real job I got to get to.
He's got to get to a real
so
job,
I'm going to
but
have to do some work during breaks here.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Figure it out. But speaking of work, you know, we were talking about the idea that kids these days, you know, those crazy kids, prefer watching YouTube videos of other kids playing video games, I don't even know.
Yeah, so if you're not listening or
even
watching on YouTube
know.
or the Facebook feed right now, you might want to because
Yeah.
we're about to have a world premiere.
Yeah, youtube.com/star88fm. Get there, subscribe to us.
Because we just want to check out this whole watching people play video games.
Yeah, so we thought, why not cash in on this right now? Right. So youtube.com/star88fm. This game is called Air Hockey. Classic.
So, yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Created in the year 19.
So here's our channel. Let's see where we can see the screen.
Is it like blown out? Is it good?
Yeah,
okay.
let's do it.
Ready?
Ready, go.
And go.
Can you hear? Can you hear it?
The audio's not even like here. Hold on. Turn it way up. Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, go.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh,
yeah.
There we
Dude,
go.
this is so fascinating to watch. Isn't this amazing?
Get it, bro.
Engaging. Look at that. Look at. Oh my gosh.
I'm the king.
This is going to be a worldwide
air
craze.
hockey.
Why would anybody not want to stop what they're doing and just watch this?
Watch us, guys. YouTube.com/star88fm.
Yeah,
Boom.
it's going right now.
It's currently 3-1.
World premiere.
Steve-O over Brodus. Why?
This is like serious strategy.
Okay. Man, I am terrible at. Oh, hold on.
Oh,
self-goal.
I'm your MVP.
Yeah.
Oh,
my gosh.
This
You really
is terrible.
are. 5-1.
what was
5-2.
that?
That's what I get for talking
See? See?
Oh, what now? What are we
See
going
how
to?
exciting this is?
This is so exciting, guys.
So
we just
amazing.
made $1 million.
There it is.
$1 million.
What's
you
up?
are my MVP. Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Gangnam Style?
What? Winner!
There it is.
Steve-O wins.
That's it.
With the score.
Wasn't that fascinating?
That was so good, you guys.
So good. Now I understand. I understand the craze.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
I just
All right?
fell. Yeah, I'm good.
YouTube.com/star88fm if you missed any part of that.
Yeah, that was boring. Why would somebody do that?
I don't know, man, but they're making tons of money and we aren't. So there's got to be something to it. There really has. Speaking of, we teased this earlier. We've been complaining for like 40 minutes about YouTube Kids, which made me really believe that we old.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're old. I actually found the age you start becoming an old person, and I've got bad news for you, Brodus. Your time as a youngin' expired a couple years ago, my bro.
Why is that?
According to a new survey, the average age when you start becoming old is 41.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You actually start becoming an old person like when you're way, way, way too young, because I don't think that's actually that old. But it's like apparently disrespectful to like actual old people because we're like straight ripping off their gimmick.
Right.
But according to a new survey, the average age when you start becoming an old person is 41, and you fully make old dude transition by the age of 57.
And you're officially senior citizen at 55.
Yeah.
Because that's when IHOP gives you a discount.
Is that real?
It's real, dude. Yeah. My dad asked. My dad asked for a discount no matter what age he was.
All right, we're going to see if this is true because I'm like, that's like around the corner for me, and you're apparently already
old. So what are the
so
things?
I've got a list of the top 10 things that say you're old. So, Brodus, we're going to find out if you're old, man.
Okay.
Number 10, saying the phrase, back in my day.
Back in my day.
Yeah, man, back in my day, we didn't watch other people play video games. Like, we played video games.
Oh.
Dude, back in my day, we were just out till the street lights were on.
I've only said that a couple times, but I think I have said it.
I say that a lot, dude.
When you try to explain why the first Tron is cool.
Yeah.
and the special effects, you're like, when you're trying to explain something that's not CGI.
Yeah, yeah. I don't say back in my day, but I constantly say this. Psh, welcome to 2018. Like complaining about the year and the time it is, because back in my day, everything was different.
So that's
our kids could play in the front yard without fear of being murdered.
Oh man.
Let's be real. Hey, bring it back.
So yeah. Okay, so that's number 10 sign that you're getting old.
Number 9. Not lifting heavy things because you're worried about your back.
Dude, that can happen way before 41.
I know. Dude,
Yeah.
when
the first time you throw your back out.
I was just about to say, like when we were first friends, I think like what drew us close was you threw your back out playing a show. Do you remember that?
Oh,
you had to have like
was I
back surgery. Because
Well,
you threw it out like being awesome on the guitar. Don't lie.
I didn't.
Don't
No,
lie,
I
bro.
played a show after throwing it out. Remember, I had a cane.
Yeah, and then you had to like have surgery.
No, let me tell you, I didn't throw. See, that sounds cool. I didn't throw the back out playing a show. I threw the back out reaching down to pick up my keys. That's the harsh reality of how that stuff happens. You want a cool story? Yeah, dude, I was playing guitar, jumping in the air, threw my back out along with like, the rock train into the crowd. Yeah. But no, I was picking up my keys. Whoa, what was that? Or so I throw my back. Once I sneezed and it threw it out. What? That's a revelation, my friend. That is an epiphany. Yeah, not good. All right, let's move to what's number 8.
Dude.
Number 8 sign that you're getting old.
Number 8, getting hairier eyebrows, more nose hairs, and ear hairs.
Oh,
Yesterday, actually, I went to Gad Attack over at Square Root Salon, and he was like, "Hey, man, let me trim those eyebrows." And I was like, "Oh man."
Well,
I look good now.
Unibrows have been around for a long time.
I don't have a unibrow. I just had like
monobrow. Sorry, monobrow.
I guess I had like the caterpillar brows going or something. Because he asked if he could trim my eyebrows, and I'm like, that's never happened to me.
No, this
trim
is
my
not,
eyebrows.
This is not an issue for me. Like I can barely connect the goatee. So
that's true.
So okay, number 7 sign you're getting old. Misplacing your keys and glasses.
Yep.
This has been happening to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this isn't an old guy thing. Maybe this is like 10 signs you're Joey Belleville.
So I rock a wallet chain, right?
Yeah.
And there's people that look at me that are like, "Hey, man, when are you gonna grow up?" And so, like, what are you in a skater gang?
I am jealous all the time of this thing.
And they're like, "What's with the wallet chain?" I'm like, "Dude, this has the 3 times that I tried to grow up and not have a wallet chain, lost the wallet." Like, this is purely functional. Like, I have to have a wallet chain so I don't lose my wallet.
But here's a
because
question.
I will and have.
The problem with the wallet chain is, in order for the wallet chain to look cool, you got to put that thing in your back pocket. But now being old, I can't put my wallet in my back pocket because it hurts my back.
No, I have to put it in my front. So sometimes, if it's really when my wallet was like really big, I'd have to put the clasp for the chain more on the back loop and then stick the wallet in the front pocket.
Okay. See?
No,
that's what you got to do, man.
All right. So that was number 8.
Dude, our friend Rachel on Facebook Live said my husband has a wallet chain for the same reason he's only 27.
Exactly.
Only 27.
See? So this isn't on the list, but here's my own take on when I realized I was getting old. Was we got one of those little combination locks, right, where you punch in the code.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was always locking myself out of my own house because I have a studio in the backyard, and I would step out, and the door would lock, and because Heidi would always like OCD lock everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be like, and if it just shut, I'm like, oh, and then I can't get back into my house. So I'm like, that's it. So I get one of those things where you punch in the code, right?
Yeah.
So I'm showing the kids the code, and let's just say it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm like, hey, here's what you do. So what you do is you come up and you type in 1, 2, 3, 4 pound.
Yeah.
And then my son just looks at me, and then Maggie looks at him and goes, he means hashtag.
Okay.
And I'm like, pound. Oh, he was like, oh, hashtag. And I was like, well, so.
That doesn't mean we're old, bro. That just means we know.
No, it does. I was like, because then you got to explain it. You're like, well, actually, son, it's called the pound sign. He's like, well, I thought LB was pound. I'm like, well, that is pound, but it's also called the number sign. But like there was a time where, you know what, hashtag is right.
Oh man!
And so the pound sign.
That is crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So he did not know what I was talking about. He means hashtag. And he was like, oh,
the hashtag.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 hashtag. Isn't that crazy? That's
yes,
how I
dude.
knew.
I still call it the pound sign. It's a pound sign.
It's the pound sign.
Somebody chimed in about your keys, though, and said that's not an old person thing. I've been losing my keys since I've had keys, so like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hereditary for me. Like as the Bellevilles, like my grandmother, as she got older, like I had to remind her who I was like every few minutes, It was really sad, but you just have to just kind of laugh, But I'm excited because I will, once, when my memory starts to go, like I can't wait to hide my own Easter eggs and stuff like that. That's going to be amazing.
Dude. Somebody said, I own a touch start, so I never have to take my keys out of my purse, and I somehow managed to misplace my keys. That's crazy. I have one of those cars now as well.
Really?
But I'm opposite. I don't lose my keys, but there are times where I forget them in the car and have to grab my second set of keys to unlock the car.
So wait. Is it one of those things where the key has to be in like proximity?
Yep, right here.
So could you have dropped the keys outside and still on the ground, still start the car and drive away?
Yeah, but it won't work.
It'll just cut it. Will it cut out like when you reach like 10 feet?
Yeah.
You're like, this stupid thing's just dying on me.
I like tested the limits of it when I first got it because I was like, this is dope technology. Okay. So I started the car and I put the keys in my pocket and then I was like, all right, I'm closing the door and I'm going to go like just start walking and see what happens. And so you step a certain amount away and it like kills it. Because
interesting.
It's like, yeah.
It's just like, so if this thing runs out of batteries or if there's something weird about, like you can't like start your car.
Right. No. Yeah. No.
Like I
have an extra
to
one.
Start it.
Yeah. I have an extra.
Oh man.
So
this is not good for people that know how to hotwire.
Well, I mean,
because you can't hotwire no more.
No, you can't. You can't.
I don't like that.
It's like hack. That's why my car's like doubly cool because not only that, it's a 6-speed, and ain't nobody know how to drive a standard transmission anymore.
You can't pop the
clutch.
clutch.
Living in Albuquerque, like, hey, car theft capital of the universe, I'm like safe for now.
Where are we really? The car?
Oh, dude, yeah, we're like 1 or 2 gone back and forth. Like, congratulations, you're second.
Do you think it's because of the climate? Because we don't have a lot of rust in our cars, so they make them more desirable for other parts of the country?
I can't say what I think, actually.
Okay, well, that's okay. So anyway, yeah.
Somebody said that we actually used to call the pound sign the tic-tac-toe.
Ooh, I like that.
So that's like old school. It's still a pound sign, though, right?
I guess it is.
And why is it called the pound sign?
Kids don't call it the pound sign. Yeah, that's where I was perplexed. Like I had to explain why it was called a pound sign, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like why is it called a pound sign? Well, it was just called that when you had a phone that had that on there. It was the pound sign.
To be fair, somebody said when Twitter first came out and everybody was hashtagging, I had to do research on what a hashtag was, and I'm under 25. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a pound sign to young people.
Yeah.
It's a hashtag. And to be fair, the hashtag gets way more use than the pound sign.
Yeah. Dude, somebody is currently going, hey, where's your co-host? As a longtime listener of M88, I love the Three Amigos and just need to know what happened to Gentry. Oh. That's a good question.
That is a good question.
We've been waiting for him forever. So it said, was he fired because he's old? Is that why you guys are doing this topic? Did he die? Did he forget where the studio was?
No,
These questions demand answers. Where's your co-host?
He was trying to get in one day, and he couldn't find the pound sign. There was only hashtags.
I'm not going to lie. Part of me is like, why don't we call Gentry? But then like the 93% of me that's on the other end is like, oh, right, because Gentry.
Dude, he's hilarious. He would laugh at that.
He really would. Yeah. I miss that, dude. Somebody said I have a keyless start. I can drive away without my keys and be hosed because it'll run until you shut your car off.
Ooh, see, now that's a bad scene right there.
That is a bad scene.
Somebody like, hey, you need to jump? No. No, I mean, like, we're going to jump you and take your money and your keys. Nope, can't take my keys.
Dude. Somebody said they're making an app for new cars that your phone becomes the key now. So, like, you legitimately don't need anything but your phone to drive the car.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, and that's a little bit easier to get stolen.
So now, like, hackers are going to start, like...
just driving your car for you.
Dude.
It's Minority Report, bro.
I was going to say... Well, I was just going to say it's hackers.
It's hackers. It's 56K modems, bro. What's happening right now?
I got to be honest.
First, you got that ATM card. Next thing, you're taking a mark in your forehead, man. It's the end.
When I first started dating Chrissy, that was her like #1 jam, and she made me watch that movie once.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only time I've ever seen it.
It had great music at the time, but yeah, it didn't age well.
No?
No, because the technology, you can't, anytime you try to make something that tries to feature technology, especially current technology, it's doomed to be dated. Let me give you an example. My whole career. So I've made electronic music, and there was a whole chunk of albums where I was using the latest and greatest sounds. And guess what became not cool like 2 years later? Those old sounds. So it wasn't until like the latter records that I figured out, hey, I should try making stuff sound a little more timeless, you know, like rather than like, oh, this is a cool sound. And then your song has big old Rick Astley orchestra hits. Ching, 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 ching. And they're like, oh my gosh, this sounds like Pump Up the Jam, but it's worship. You're like, yeah. Well, it was a really cool hip thing at the time. You know, like you're putting some dubstep in there. Like that's gonna like age your stuff. So it still happens today. Someone's all, oh yeah, check this part out. It's like, yep, that's old.
I'm going to find some.
No,
I'm going to find some for those that don't know what you're talking about. Like, I've just got to find like old. No, just old.
No, that's. No.
For those of you guys that don't know, my best friend Brodus is in a band called The Echoing Green. That's actually how I met my wife, because he was like, bro, come watch my show. And I was like, dude, I'm not into techno. I don't own Jinkos anymore. And he's like, just come see my band. And I was like, fine. And then I got there and I was like, dude, that chick is hot.
This is
where you been hiding your little sister?
Yeah.
The rest is history.
There was mixed feelings about that. I'll just tell you that.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
This is not.
What year was this?
This is not as bad of an example.
By the way, this is kind of weird because I couldn't find like the music video because there wasn't one. So this is like some girl who made a video of her and her friends to Defend Your Joy by The Echoing Green.
Yeah. I don't think I've seen any royalty for this.
Should I stop it? Should I tell them like no, I mean stop them from like having this video because it's like
no, I need to like register it so I can get royalty for this stream.
Yeah, bro.
It's had over 2,000 views.
So
that's more than like all my songs combined.
Dude, updated yesterday. Popular Echoing Green music videos.
They're not really.
Oh, this is good.
We don't really have. Yeah.
Hey, this has 6,000 subscribers, and it's your music video.
That's had like 10,000 views.
They're like ripping you off hard.
Man, everyone's making money off me.
Yeah.
What is this?
What? This one's got 20,000 views.
What?
And it's just your song.
Oh, look at people say nice things.
Oh, man.
About it. Keeps me going when I'm feeling like life's too bleak.
You need to get a lawyer.
Yo, dude.
Yo, I'm just saying.
This is making people feel better, but I got to chase that paper.
I'm just saying, yo. 46,000 views.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, these are not...
This is not your channel.
No, it's not my channel.
Speaking of, that's my wife right there in that little like tube top. That's why this one's like the most popular.
I don't have... Wow. I guess me and Christy are really missing out on some royalties here.
Yeah, bro. Hey, my wife needs to get real paid, man. You got to get on this. Christy's in a tube top, and it's got 46,000 views, and you know that's why. Because it ain't the song. Listen to this.
No. Okay, enough.
I'm just saying, bro.
It's not that big dude in front on the camera that everyone thought was in Smash Mouth. See, Smash Mouth isn't even, nobody even knows what Smash Mouth looks like anymore.
Wrong.
What?
Hey, now you're an all-star? My kids know every word to that song, and I think it was in a movie or something, and it's like so popular.
Yeah, but I mean, back when it wasn't associated with like Shrek or something.
Yeah.
Back when people knew what that dude looked like, I straight up all the time because I had the Abe Lincoln beard, because that's what big dudes do to have a more when you have a fat face like me, you try to give a defined jawline. So I had that Abe Lincoln.
Yes.
And so yeah, people would be like, "Hey, Smash Mouth," like for reals, dude, all the time. Like, no, listen, dude. Really thought I was in Smash Mouth.
I know.
Like I'd be at the movies like, dude, Smash Mouth. And I would turn around and be like, oh, Smash Mouth. All the time, man. Come on.
Oh, man. Yep. Top 10 signs that you know that you're becoming an old dude or lady. We made it through like 3, which shows us how old we are. We can't even get through a conversation. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to finish this. I think. We'll try. No promises. We're live from the Dream Style Remodeling Star 88 studio. Stay with us. It's a Morning Invasion.
We all want the best future for our children. Our next generation of leaders need a strong foundation. With small classes, a great sports program, and affordable tuition, Evangel Christian Academy strives to equip students for the work God has for them. ECA's mission is to shape and empower the Christ-loving leaders of tomorrow. By using a leadership-driven and individualized learning model, our staff can better prepare your student to stand strong in their faith and be ready for the real world. ECA also utilizes dual credit through C&M by offering 4 courses on our Academy campus taught by our staff. Since 1976, Evangel Christian Academy has been serving children from preschool through 12th grade and is fully accredited. We are located at 4501 Montgomery Boulevard Northeast in Albuquerque and are currently enrolling for the